short unit, very short unit, because we're going to be done in 3 days. So it's not very long. I think it's one of the easy ones, but it's one of the ones that can mess your head up if you don't thinking straight. Alrighty? Today, adding and subtracting time, or telling time. You start thinking, wait a minute, we started learning to tell time back in
First grade.
kindergarten, what I think. In kindergarten. Adding and subtracting time. Usually we don't add and subtract time as much as we used to, but we do talk about elapsed time. In other words, how much time did you work on your school project? Or how much time did you take mowing the lawn? You know what time you started, you know what time you ended. So doing that is an important mathematical concept. Now, what do we need to remember if we're telling time? Colton, what do you think? It's not right.
We need to keep 60 seconds, 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
60 seconds and 1 minute.
1 minute.
60 minutes equals
60 minutes,
1 hour.
1 hour. Now we could keep our list going and go
1 hour.
24 hours.
24 hours, 1 day. We're not going to deal with hours and days. We're just going to stay with seconds and minutes, but it's nice to remember those things. And then, of course, you could go 365 days is a year, 100 years is a, well, 10 years is a decade, 100 years is a century, million years is a
Decade.
millennium, and then on bigger and bigger and bigger. But we're just going to worry about 60 seconds is what? 60 seconds is 1 minute, and 60 minutes is 1 hour. We've got to remember, set it on her desk. We've got to remember, set it on her desk. We've got to, thank you, sir. Remember borrowing and carrying, which is called regrouping, y'all. Both of these are called regrouping. When you see you don't have enough, you got to start borrowing or regroup to figure out who you got. So, in borrowing, whoo, doggies, when we have to borrow, we've got to remember, when we're dealing with minutes and seconds, pardon me, hours and minutes and seconds, when we borrow, we're borrowing 60, correct? If I borrow 1 hour to put with my minutes, I'm not borrowing 1 minute. I'm borrowing 1 hour, and that hour needs to be converted into 60 minutes. So when we're borrowing, we've got to remember we're borrowing 60. That means we're going this way, and you'll see that in a minute. When we're carrying, in other words, we've added up and we've got too much, too many minutes, and I got to turn them into hours. I take 60 minutes. Do I put 60 over there with the hours? No. I put a 1 hour over there. So when we're carrying, what we call carrying in math, I know that's not a good word, it's regrouping. We carry 1. Now that's the things we've got to remember. We're carrying 1, but we're borrowing 60. And we're going to see it in action over here on our examples. Some of you may be going, I don't know what he's talking about. And that's okay. But I think you'll see it once we start doing it. Now, first thing we got to remember when we're looking at things is, are we adding or are we subtracting? You better be very sure you know whether you're adding or subtracting. Our first two examples are addition. Our next two are subtraction. They may
Collide.
mix them up. They may mix them up on our assignment sheet. So you better pay attention. Am I adding on this one or am I subtracting on this one? Here's an add problem. 40 minutes plus 22 minutes. 62 minutes. 6 hours plus 5 hours. 11 hours. Now that looks good. 11 hours and 62 minutes. That is great addition. The problem is, I can simplify. We don't want to leave 62 minutes. So I need to convert some of my minutes into hours. Alrighty? So, how many minutes make an hour? 60. So I'm going to take a 60 away from the 62, leaving me with 2 minutes left over. The 60 I took away, I'm going to put over here, but not as a 60, but as a 1 hour. And 1 hour and 11 hours? 12 hours, 2 minutes. Did you see our carrying process here? How we carried 1, not the 60. But I had to use the 60 to take away from my minutes to find out how many minutes were left over. Okay? Not that hard, is it? But do you see how students can get messed up on it? Mm-hmm. I've actually seen students say, well, I'm taking 60 minutes, and they put 60 over here. They did not convert when you go from minutes to hours. Ah, here we go. Ooh, what's wrong with this one? There's no minutes. Is that okay? If I add 10 hours and 15 seconds to 3 hours, 48 minutes, 56 seconds? Oh, yes. I've had students mess up writing this down. They put the seconds on top of the minutes. Can't do that, can you?
No, we can't.
You can't. You've got to keep seconds over seconds, hours over hours, minutes over minutes. Here we go, 15 plus 56.
71.
Yes, 71.
71 minutes.
Seconds.
Whoa, good job. I messed up. I've always told you, I meant, they used just S's. All right, there we go.
48.
48 mins. 13 hers. All right. So I've got 13 hours, 48 minutes, 71 seconds. Which one you got a problem with?
Seconds.
71 seconds. Be steady there, Bryce. Okay, man? Be steady. Okay. So, let's take 60 of those seconds. What are we left with? 11 seconds left over. Our 60 is going to come over here, not as 60, but as... Not as 49 minutes either.
1 minute.
1 minute. Now 48 and 1. 49 minutes. Any to go to the hours? Can we live with 49 minutes?
Yeah.
Right, it's not over 60. So 13 hours, 49 minutes, 11 seconds. So you breathing hard because it's so hard? Right, let's head over there, dude. All right, subtraction ones. Here's where we're probably going to have to do some regroup borrowing. Some regroup borrowing. 16 hours, 41 minutes, 22 seconds, minus 4 hours, 39 minutes, 30 seconds. 22 seconds minus 30 seconds. Don't have enough seconds to subtract, do I? So we got to borrow from the minutes. I now have 40 minutes. Now what did we borrow? 1 minute, but when I take my 1 minute and convert it over here, it turns into 60 seconds. What is 60 plus the 22 I already have? 82. So what am I doing right there? I'm rewriting with my two combined. Now, can I take 82, subtract 30? Yes, we can, which is 52 seconds. Now the minutes, 40 minus 39. 1 minute, didn't have to borrow, did I? And 16 minus 4. 12 hours, 1 minute, 52 seconds. See how the borrowing, we borrowed 1, but it had to turn into 60 to put with what I already had. Now, what is the matter with this one? I have no minutes, no seconds. I have nothing to take 22 from. I try to come over here and borrow some minutes. There's not even any minutes in there. Where do I have to go? All the way to hours. So, I have 10 hours. Now, what did I borrow? 1 hour, but now it is 60 minutes. The 1 hour I borrowed is now 60 minutes. But wait a minute. I got to go another section.
Take one off the minute.
Now I got to borrow from my 60 minutes. I now have 59. The one I borrowed, 60 seconds. Here's where students most of the time that have trouble with this have their problems. Is right here. Is everybody with me? Be honest now. If I've lost you, let me know where things came from. All right, good. 60 minus 22.
38.
38.
Yeah, it's minus
38.
38 seconds. 59 minus 25. 34 minutes. 10 minus 5. 5 hours. Good job, y'all. Lose anybody? Did I lose anybody? Are we okay with minusing then? All right, let's change our thoughts just a little bit. Abby, old girl, you were gone there for a second. Elapsed time. In other words, how much time has passed or gone by, right? How much time has gone by? Well, some teachers try to teach some addition and subtraction to do this. I never do. I use como senso. I picture a clock. What are those times?
15, 45, 30.
12, 3, 6, 9.
All right, and all those are how many minutes?
15.
15. Now we're at 4:45, right? Y'all agree with my clock there?
Yeah.
We're at 4. That's right here, right? 45. Y'all agree with that? And I've got to go to 10:20.
It's 1 hour.
You with me, Cody? I just went 1 hour and you didn't see me. 1 hour. All right. Now I'm no longer at 4. I'm at 5.
2 hours.
2 hours. 3 hours. Right? So far?
8:45.
8:45.
And then you can't go.
9:45.
And then you can't go no more.
9:45.
You gotta stop.
If I go 1 more hour after 9:45, what happens?
10:45.
I go to 10:45, and that's too much. So I've got 5 hours right now. And I'm sitting right here. And I got to go to 10:20. Where's 10:20? Back over here. Correct? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30,
35.
35, or is that?
Yes.
Oh, right there. Don't let me do it. So how much was that? 35 minutes. And that's exactly what I do if there's a problem like that on a standardized test, like the tax test. That's exactly what I do. I draw me a clock. Yeah, it looks Mickey Mouse. It looks chintzy, or however you want to say it. Golly, I'll be embarrassed drawing a clock and doing that bullcorn. If it gets me the right answer, guess what? I'm doing it. I don't care how rinky-dink it looks. I sometimes even sit there and I'll do like this. Okay, that's 10. That's 5:45, 6:45, 7:45, 8:45, 9:45. 10. Ooh, that's too much. So 5 hours. Okay, I'm at 45, 5, 10, 15. Man, I sit there and do it in the air. I don't care what people think. It gets me the right answer, doesn't it? All right. If it looks chintzy, now I can teach you the add and subtract way. Okay, let's add. Let's see how much time we get to 12 o'clock, and then let's add some more to it to go to 10. Yeah, bullcorn. Count it down and do it, too. All right. There we go. All right, elapsed time. What's the difference in this one and that one? I got AM to AM here. This one I've got PM, that's at night. And I'm going all the way to 8:55 the next morning. Showing. Alrighty. 6:30. 7:30. 8:30. 9:30. 10:30. You with me, Tuck? I'm at 10:30. I'm at 10:30, right? 11:30. 12:30. Why didn't I stop at 8:55?
Because that's the next morning.
This is the next morning. That would have been PM. And I lost count. 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30. Now we've hit PM, right?
No, AM.
Oh, pardon me, AM. 1:30. No, that's 12:30, right?
Yes.
1:30, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. We're at how many hours?
10.
10. Okay.
5:30, 6:30, 7:30, 8:30.
Next one would be 9:30. Too many. How many we got? 14 hours. Now, how many of y'all were thinking 6:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. is 12 hours and could have done it quicker? Great job. If you noticed p.m. to a.m., you could go, well, 6:30 p.m. to 6:30 the next morning is exactly 12 ticks on the clock, 12 hours. Then we got to go 7:30, 8:30, 2 more, 14 hours.
25
Now we're sitting at 55, right? And where do we have, pardon me, we're sitting at 30, we got to go to 55. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 more minutes. What you think?
Good.
14 hours, 25 minutes. Hard yet?
Nope.
Now, sometimes easy to miscount like I did over there and put my star in the wrong place, so be very careful. Now, what's wrong with this next one?
Word problem.
Tax. Word problem. It's what it's going to look like. It's what it looks like. Matt, read it to me.
I started working on my yard at 7:15 a.m. and quit at 2:10 p.m. What was my total time working?
All right. 7:15 to 2:10. Did I go past 12 hours, you think? Put yourself in the story. I started 7:15 morning. I quit at 2:10 afternoon. So did I work more than 12 hours? No, I didn't. All right, so 7:15 to 8:15. 9:15.
10, 15,
10:15.
11,
11:15.
12,
12:15. 1:15. 2:15. Ooh, too far. So go back one. How many hours?
6.
So I'm at 6 hours I've worked.
That's only 5 away from.
Okay,
6
6 hours.
So it's half.
And I'm at where?
115.
115.
1:15. Right here. And I've got to go there, this direction. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50,
55.
55 minutes. Now, how many of you noticed it was 5 minutes short of another hour?
Me.
And what's 5 minutes short of 60?
55.
55. You might be able to do it quicker than counting it out. Okay? Kill it, dude.